What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. In this video, we are looking at the NBA slate for tonight. We have a monster of a slate, 13 games tipping off at all different points throughout the night, 7, 7:30, 8, 8:30, 9, 10 o'clock. So it's going to be a very fun night, but it's going to be probably a lot of news and stuff that we're going to have to pay attention to. So let's get into the video. If you guys enjoy the content, appreciate it. If you hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already. Good day yesterday, hit on cash and GBP on both sites. Once Seth Curry was ruled out, I made some updates on Twitter to go to Tyrese Maxey, and that came through really well. And then I took Danny Green out once he wasn't starting, and that turned out well. But let's get into the picks here. If you want to check out prize picks, I'll post some more picks on Twitter. The picks yesterday won 2 out of 3. CJ McCollum killed it. But if you did the flex play, you made some money. And if you want to check out the website, link is in the description. You can check out Twitter for updates at the DFS process. All that info is in the description of the video. So today, with it being so many games, you are just going to have to cross off some games that you're just not going to have anybody from. If you make a bunch of teams, that is the best way to approach a big slate, is just to cross out some players, cross out some games entirely, like some of these low-scoring games that have bad pricing. You can just completely avoid them. But we'll go position by position here. And also the price tags on some of these guys are gotten kind of ridiculous. Like, it's easy to just fade like a $9,800 Devin Booker. I know Booker has been playing well recently, but what are the odds that a $9,800 Devin Booker is going to kill you on a 13-gamer? He hasn't shown like crazy high upside. He can get you close to 60. Obviously, once in a while, he's going to drop like 50 real-life points or 40 real-life points. But I'll take my shots that doesn't happen tonight, and some other players are better values than almost a 10K Devin Booker. You also almost have a 10K DeJounte Murray. That might be a little bit easier to hit, but he's still not that much of a great play, I would say, on this one. He's been the best player for the Spurs, contributes in everything, points, rebounds, assists, stuffs the stat sheet. He did have a 71-point game, so he does give you big upside, but like I don't see the value of paying 97 for DeJounte Murray. LaMelo is 10K. I'm not paying 10K for LaMelo Ball. Lillard is jacked up to 10-1 now, so I'm not going to pay 10-1 for Lillard. There's just some better plays, I would say, that. So it's pretty easy to avoid most of those guys at the top end. Only people that I have some interest in, I would say, would be like Westbrook without LeBron, but he's also getting up there at 11-3. That's way different than 10-4 that he was last time out. 9K Chris Paul isn't really that appealing to me. 85 from McCollum, not that interested. He was 72 yesterday, and his price tag is jacked up to 85. No interest in that price tag. I don't want to pay 9K for SGA. I think De'Aaron Fox might be one good play, especially if they're without Tyrese Halliburton. Once again, just a little bit more maybe ball handling for him. He did finally have a big game with the stocks. He had 6 combined stocks. Still didn't happen, shooting the ball well, but plays big-time minutes in any sort of close game. So I wouldn't mind going to Fox. His price tag is still reasonable, maybe a little bit underpriced compared to a lot of these other counterparts that are just priced way too expensive. I like Cole Anthony at 77. I normally wouldn't thought I would saying this, but he's been so good this year. He's been taking such a high usage rate. He is very aggressive out there on the floor. He takes a ton of shots. He also contributes with the rebounding and the assists, so he does give you a high floor because he's a great rebounder for a point guard. He has the ball in his hands. He gets some assists, and he's taking just a ton of shots. And he's been shooting the ball really well. 41% from distance, 45% from the floor. Taking a huge jump in his second year. So he's shown 50, 60-point upside already numerous times this year, so I wouldn't mind paying 77 in a good matchup against Brooklyn at home. Van Fleet is 76. I think there's some better plays today. Siakam is back. He might get a little bit more minutes today. I don't want to pay 76 for Van Fleet. I'd rather pay 77 for Cole Anthony. Brogdon is 75. Not that interested there. D'Angelo Russell is 71. Makes some sense for tournaments. He played 41 minutes in his return. Looked great out there. Had his best game of the season. And he's going up against his former team. So he still has the Warriors jersey on his DraftKings logo. It's been a while since they've updated that. But wouldn't mind going to Russell at that price tag. 6K range. Nothing crazy. Looks like Kobe White might be back, but he's way too expensive. He's not going to play a lot. Maybe you can go Drew Holiday at 65 as a decent play. Maybe you can take a shot on Jordan Poole just because he can get hot. But those are kind of like tournament flyers. One guy that I do like is Dennis Schroeder. There's no Jaylen Brown for a little bit, so Schroeder's going to take a big bump. Going to start in his place. He's going to get you 36 to 40 minutes in a close game. And he's a decent point per minute guy. Him and Tatum are just going to have to carry the load until Jaylen Brown comes back from a scoring perspective. So Schroeder is a good play at 61 in the 5K range. Nothing crazy. Smart not been that productive this year. I think I'd rather just go up to Dennis Schroeder or go with some other plays. I think you could look to Cade Cunningham. He's going to get overlooked today. Price tag is expensive now at 52, but he's starting to play a little bit better. Like last game, we saw him hit multiple threes for the first time. Maybe he's getting a little bit more confidence. His minutes are still there. He played at 30 and 32. It was a back-to-back, so that could have been the reason why he only played 30 against Brooklyn. Also was in a little bit of foul trouble with 4 fouls. But this one against Houston is just such a good spot. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets up to like 34 minutes today. And he does contribute with the rebounding. He does give you a very high usage rate. So you could get overlooked at $5,200, especially with Ricky Rubio being right there at 52. Everybody's going to go to Ricky Rubio, including myself. But for tournaments, or if you wanted to, if you make a bunch of teams, you definitely want to sprinkle in some Cade Cunningham, I would say. But Rubio at this price tag, just a little bit too cheap. Colin Sexton is out for indefinitely with the torn meniscus. So even though Rubio might not start, even if he comes off the bench, he's still going to see a ton of minutes. Gets these starter level minutes. He's going to close, have the ball in his hands. Great matchup against Washington. Just a lot to like with Ricky Rubio. At that price tag, we've seen chalk Ricky Rubio kind of crush in years past and has also really burned a lot of people in years past. So it's kind of a 50-50. But this year he's played a lot better. He's looked a lot better shooting the ball. I don't know if he changed something, but he's shooting 42% from distance. Normally when Rubio's chalk, he's only shooting like 25 to 30% from distance. This year he's been shooting the ball a lot better. So got to give him some props there. Other plays here, like Jalen Suggs is only 44. That makes sense as a value play. He's been bad all year as a rookie, but he's had a couple of decent games. Some minutes are there on when he's playing well. If he's not playing well, they have a number of other guys that they can go to. But at this price tag, he's worth shots in tournaments. And like Davion Mitchell, if there's no Tyrese Halliburton, looks like a good play. I like Monte Morris at 44. The Nuggets going to be the best team to target on the slate. Good spot against the Pacers. And they're just so banged up. They're going to be like the Sixers of yesterday. The Nuggets today are going to be like the Sixers of yesterday in terms of just getting multiple of those pieces into your lineups, just playing without their superstar, playing without one of their second best players, and Michael Porter Jr., still without Jamal Murray. There's so much value for a lot of these guys to get you a lot of minutes and to be productive with just not having such a high usage player out there. So right now I got Ricky Rubio at the point guard spot. Right now there's nothing too much I see below like Monte Morris and like Jalen Suggs that I'm looking to jam into my lineup. If we get more news throughout the day, definitely that'll change things. But right now I feel good about going Ricky Rubio at the point guard position. Moving over to shooting guard, you have Devin Booker. I'm not interested at 98. I'd much rather take a shot on Bradley Beal. I'm not interested in CJ McCollum. Not that interested in Anthony Edwards now that D'Angelo Russell is back at that price tag. One guy that I am very interested in is $7,600 Zach LaVine. His price tag has gone down $1,000 for some reason. Everybody else's has risen by $1,000. It's gone up by $1,500, and then you get Zach LaVine's price tag has gone down by $1,000 from his last game. It's gone down by $1,400 from about a week ago. Just don't know why. The matchup is fine here against Dallas. They've been middle of the pack and everything. LaVine plays big time minutes in a close game. 38 minutes in close games. He played 33 in a blowout against Brooklyn. So lots of rotation in the fourth, but normally he's playing big-time minutes. He's taking 20 to 25 to 26 shots. He's getting you good rebounding, getting you some assists as well. He's like my favorite play at shooting guard. He's just too cheap at 76. I don't know why his price tag has gone down by $1,000. They probably meant to price him at 96, knowing how much they priced up the other guys. Other plays here that I'm looking at, shooting guard isn't as deep as point guard, so like LaVine is pretty easy to get to. Will Barton is a favorite play in the mid-range. He's going to be almost a lock for me. He was great in last game. Hope you played him against Miami without Michael Porter. He's just going to get a big bump. He's probably not going to shoot 7 of 9 and 9 of 14 overall again, but he's going to get big-time minutes. He's going to get the ball in his hands, especially now without Jokic, just to make some plays, get some assists, get some rebounds, plug him in at the small forward position. You're going to be looking to get multiple pieces of Denver, and Will Barton is going to be at the top of the list in terms of just giving you such a high ceiling. So, LaVine, Will Barton, you can play at shooting guard or small forward. Buddy Hield, if there's no Halliburton, looks pretty good. Rozier's at a good price tag at 63. And then the 5K range, don't see anything that I'm looking to just go crazy with. Cade Cunningham, I don't mind getting to him a little bit. 4K range, also don't see anything too much that I'm looking to get. You have like Caldwell Pope and like Eric Gordon, that's like big time tournament flowers, like 1% type of guys. Seth Suggs might be like a 3 or 4% guy. Oubre looks decent at 42. Like, you could plug him in like 5% of your lineups or something like that. But I would say if you wanted to go to this position and go cheap, you might as well go down to like a Chetty Osman, who is going to get big minutes today. He played 31 with Sexton missing the second half last game. So you might even see like, you see at least 30 today, I would say. Maybe like 32 to 34. There's a chance he starts if you want to continue to bring Ricky Rubio off the bench. And he's like, sometimes he's productive, sometimes he's not. It's all dependent on if his shot's falling. But he can also get you some rebounds and make some plays with like the assists a little bit. Overall in the season, he's averaging way less than a fantasy point per minute. But if you give him like 30 minutes with some extra usage without having Sexton out there, still without Markkanen and Kevin Love, then looks like a decent value on a 13 gamer. Small forward, Will Barton is the guy that I have plugged in right now, but looking at the other plays at the position, it's going to be Tatum is one of my favorite plays. He's 10-4, no Jaylen Brown. Tatum is just going to be getting you big time minutes. He's also going to be getting such a high usage rate. He shot 6 of 8 from 3 against Dallas without Jaylen Brown, put up almost 60. But I would say the assists might go up a little bit. But the only concern is that he's probably not going to shoot this well from the floor again. But he's still going to get you a lot of rebounds and minutes are going to be there. And he's shown to have a big time ceiling. He can even put in the assists when he wants to as well. So 10-4 without Jaylen Brown. He's going to be one of my favorite plays at the position. You can also go up to Kevin Durant if you wanted to. I don't really want to pay 96 for Jimmy Butler. Bridges is up to 81. Don't really want to do that. Even if Brandon Ingram plays, no interest at that $8,700 price tag. And now some of these Toronto guys might be a little bit tough to go with. Like OG's 8K with Siakam back. That's going to be tough. Scotty Barnes is almost 7K with Siakam back, so that's going to be tough as well. Josh Giddey, decent play. Buddy Hield, decent option here. Going even further down here, like Desmond Bane. Dylan Brooks is questionable, so keep an eye on that if he plays. And you have I wouldn't play Desmond Bane. Anderson, decent option at 44. Then you have like Kelly Oubre, gets you good minutes. Dozier is going to play big minutes today as well for the Nuggets. They just don't have that many bodies, so it'll be Dozier and Chetty Osman as my favorite value picks at the position. Moving on to power forward. I have Tatum plugged in here right now. Other plays would be, I don't want to pay 12-3 for Giannis. Let's say maybe you can go Davis, but tough spot for him against Miami. Sabonis is 10-2. He's not been that productive this year. He does have a good spot though against Denver without Jokic. He's gonna be dealing with like Jeff Green and JaMychal Green. So this could be a spot that he could go off, but he's already priced up to 10-2, so you need 60 out of him already, which I think it might be tough just given that LeVert's there and now Brogdon's there and he hasn't really shown that so far this year. Evan Mobley gives you a big time upside here at 7K. Some games he's going to struggle, but they're just have so much opportunity for him right now. With no Sexton, who takes a lot of shots and gets a lot of usage. And now they just still without Markkanen and without Kevin Love, so just going to be seeing big minutes. Wouldn't be surprised if he gets you 40 minutes today. So he'll be a good option at that price tag. You have Draymond is only 67. Nice price tag for a guy that can definitely fill it up and get you close to a triple-double, if not get you a triple-double. He's been up and down all year, but he's been flirting with a triple-double most nights. The minutes have also been down some games just because the Warriors play so many guys. DeAndre Ayton is still out for the Suns, so like McGee, he's 42, and then Kaminsky, he's 5K, so I don't really see myself going to those guys today. So other plays, power forward, Mobley, I like him like I mentioned. And then you have Jaren Jackson at 61. He's fine at that price tag. Maybe a little bit underpriced, but you have a number of guys right here in the 5K range like Bobby Portis at only $5,500. He's been super productive. Hope you played him yesterday. The matchup is tough, though, against the Knicks. If you didn't want to go to Portis, go to Aaron Gordon. He's going to get you big-time minutes today, 36 to 38. The box score doesn't look good, but the box score is just not going to look good when he's playing next to Jokic for most of his minutes. Take Jokic out, put like JaMychal Green in there. More rebounding opportunities for Gordon. More looks at the basket. More shots. Just everything looks better for Aaron Gordon. And I think he might get overlooked today a little bit. People just going all the way down to the value plays, going with like Will Barton. And then maybe they're just going with like Bobby Portis in the same price tag. So I do like Aaron Gordon a lot. Him and Portis are my favorite plays in the 5K range. Then in the 4K range, if you needed to go here, it would be like maybe Covington, maybe Kyle Anderson, depending on the news that we get from Dylan Brooks. And that's basically it. Like Tice would be a decent play at 37 just because he can get you like 8 to 9x upside at this price tag. Moving on to center, we have top end plays. Maybe a spot that you can go like in the mid range at center today. You have Giannis is 12-3. Really have no interest in paying that much for Giannis on a back to back. Cat is 10-7, maybe, but like there's some other plays I like a little bit more. Valanciunas is up to 91. Christian Wood is 92. It's a revenge spot for him against Detroit, but the price tag is already up there, so tough to really feel great about paying 92 for him. I mean, I just give me Jared Allen at this point. He's been so good. I've been playing him a lot recently, and it's been paying out really well and working out great. Gets you double-doubles every single game. Monster double-doubles, monster minutes for him. Even lost like 5 minutes probably in that blowout against the Knicks because he was playing 39-40 in close games like 2 games before that. Probably would have put up like 55 in that game. But basically a lock for double-double. He's a lock to play big minutes unless he's in foul trouble. The matchup is great against like Gafford and Montrezl Harrell. A lot to like for a guy that gives you 50, 55, 60-point upside just without the lack of bodies. Cleveland's also another team I want to target today. Cleveland, Denver, they're the 2 best teams to target. So other plays besides Allen, you can go down to Mobley if you wanted to. Mo Bamba, 68, maybe, but Carter's been taking some of his minutes. I mean, not minutes, but he's been taking some of his production. Jaren Jackson, Bobby Portis, good plays. So don't have any problem going to Bobby Portis if you wanted to do that. And that's basically it. Like Eubanks maybe at 46, but I think there's so many good plays. Then the Knicks are dealing with some injuries. Depending on Mitchell Robinson and Nerlens Noel, you could look to the other guy, but played Noel the day before and he got hurt, so I don't want to play him again. And then last but not least, you have a number of options with some of these Nuggets guys, whether you want to go with like Jeff Green or you want to go with JaMychal Green. They're $34 and $3,200. If that, depending on what news we get throughout the day, that might make a little bit of a difference. But I feel like Jeff Green might get more minutes even though JaMychal Green will start. They could do some small ball with Jeff Green at the 5 if they wanted to. Played 34 minutes in place of Michael Porter. He wasn't super productive out there. Made 5 of 12. Didn't really do anything with the rebounding or assists. But those numbers will go up today without Jokic in there. And maybe you can pay off a 30. I mean, I would feel great that I would pay off a $3,400 salary. It's just if you wanted to go to him over JaMychal Green. So just a little bit of a decision you have to make. But I feel really good about the other 5. Rubio, Levine, Barton, Tatum, Jared Allen. I think those can combine for like maybe close to 300 today, hopefully, in like a tournament upside. At least like 250. But that's it for DraftKings. Let's jump over to FanDuel. So FanDuel, the pricing is a lot more favorable than it is on DraftKings. So a lot more guys will look a lot more appealing. You have Steph Curry is only 10-2. That price tag is easy to get to. Luka is only 10K. Harden is 96. All 3 of those guys are way underpriced compared to their DraftKings salaries. Russell Westbrook's only 94. Looks great. Then you even have like Damian Lillard at only $8,200. You have De'Aaron Fox at only $7,400. Finally had a great game. Maybe you can continue to build on for that. SGA, Cole Anthony are both in play, but Fox looks the best out of that group. And then the 6K range, you have like Lowry, underpriced at 66. Garland at only 65. Who's going to get you big-time minutes and a ton of ball handling without Sexton. Even further down, you have $6,200 Spencer Dinwiddie. You have 6K Dennis Schroeder. 5K range, you have Lonzo at only 56. Rubio's only 55. Rozier's only 53 once again. You have just way too many guys. I wish they priced some of these guys up. You have so many guys that look so appealing, and you can only play 2 of them, or maybe you can play 4 of them if you utilize a shooting guard spot. But there's just too many plays. FanDuel has to do a better job. Cade Cunningham is only $4,800. Kemba's 48. So many guys. They all look good. You're basically just guessing on which one does better. But I'll go with Fox. 74, just underpriced for the minutes and the plays that he makes. Maybe if I wanted to just go with some of the cheaper plays instead of Fox, I could go with like Rubio. I don't know. I like Fox though, but Rubio would be a play I like at 55. At shooting guard, you can pay up for these top end guys. Like Russell Westbrook's only 94, but then you also have like Rozier's only 53. This price tag was already bad when it was 55, and now it's 53 for some reason. Buddy Hield's in play. Gordon Hayward's only 61. Barton is only 6K. So you have so many plays. Right now, I will go with Rozier just because he's underpriced at 53. He normally should be a mid 6K player. He gives you upside, plays big minutes, gets hot shooting the ball. So you have so many plays, though. There's like 5 or 6 guys at each position that look really good. But Rubio, Rozier, based on their price tags, I will definitely have them. And I hope that I pick the right ones out of the other guys. Small forward Tatum is my favorite play at 95 in terms of spending up. DeRozan's in play as well. But I want to get to some of these Nuggets guys and give me a very underpriced Will Barton at only 6K. Gonna get you big minutes. Gonna get just super productive. Whatever his over under is on the fantasy score once he gets updated on Prize Picks, I'll definitely be taking the over on him once again today. So I'll go with Will Barton at the small forward, so then I can go to Jason Tatum at power forward. Even some of these other Nuggets guys, like 5K for Aaron Gordon, looks really good. Mobley's only $6,700, and Bobby Portis is $58. So Portis, Aaron Gordon, they look like good plays to pair with Tatum. Or you can go up to like Mobley or Wendell Carter, who's underpriced as well. And then at center, if you wanted to pay up here, go to like Davis, go to Cat at 98. Sabonis is a lot better priced at 9K. Vooch is only 77. He's very underpriced. The matchup is fine here against Dallas. Then you have Jared Allen, who's just been so good. He doesn't get that much ownership on FanDuel because nobody likes paying 75 for him. But he's been working out great. Still leads with 66.50. I feel great about paying 75 for Allen, who I know is going to get big minutes, barring foul trouble. And he gets a good matchup and is super productive out there on the floor. He's just a big-time point-per-minute guy. So that's about it. Mobley and Mo Bamba are nice, cheap plays. Bobby Portis, but you're going to be able to pay up at some positions. There's just so many underpriced guys here. So give me Allen, Tatum, Barton, Rozier, and Rubio to start your FanDuel lineup. And that's about it for the video. Thank you for watching. Best of luck tonight. Stay tuned to the Twitter. We'll get a lot of news and stuff throughout the day. But best of luck, and I'll see you all next time.